a mutilated arm, but I can't bring myself to call for help because there are real patients out there with real problems who need real help, and I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. I'm just a messed up person. What do we do with that? What do we do with it? I mean, how are we supposed to win when we're terrified of help? Hi, this is future Daniel. Just letting you know that going and getting that help was a horrible experience, and I feel bad for that Daniel right there. Doesn't know what's ahead of him. The hospital losing his pants and his wallet somehow, and him having to walk around in little paper blue pants for over a week at a forced committal. So, yay! Hello, dear friends. Hello, Video Diary. This is a topic I'm very passionate about, and I would like to talk to you about what happened over Thanksgiving and the week that followed. You see, my family celebrates Thanksgiving on Friday, so that Thursday I had been having some really dark thoughts, and I was leaning towards some self-harm again, because the night before I had, not the night before, earlier in the morning, I had self-harmed. And the thoughts were getting worse and worse. And so a friend of mine called the ambulance to my house. And unfortunately, cops showed up as well. And I hate being honest sometimes. When I saw the cops, I panicked and I threw down as many respiratory depressant drugs into my system that I could, because I panicked seeing them. I didn't want them anywhere near me. And of course, I went to the hospital for that, and they kept me, and they made it seem like everything was going to be okay because I had a safety plan to go back home, and I was prepared for that and willing to go by the safety plan. But then all of a sudden, after waiting for hours, sheriff deputies show up, and that means one thing: you are now being forcefully committed to a psych facility. So I didn't react well. It was really hard, but again, I found myself handcuffed in a cop car, treated like a criminal, like I had broken some law. The man wouldn't even let me put my clothes on. I had to still wear the paper gowns. And speaking of which, they lost my wallet and my pants, so I had no pants at the place. I had to find some weird dress slacks from a three-piece suit in their closet. But they took me there and immediately put me in the most violent and loud and the really bad ward, and call it C ward, where a lot of fights break out. I didn't belong there. I knew I didn't, but they put me in there because of the self-harm episode in the past as well. And there were they don't even let you leave the floor to go to get breakfast. You have to stay there. So you're in this hallway with one room, a day room, a hallway, and then your room with, and then a protected old TV that's stuck on one channel all day. And there are no groups, there are no activities to go outside. And I almost got into a fight in that ward simply because I allowed too much room in front of me when in line to get the food. And I ended up face to face, and one of the guys knew that I was a veteran one of the staff members, and so he immediately got up and took the other guy away, telling him he needed to be careful, he was going to get his face smashed in. It was horrible. I had night terrors the entire time. That first night I was alone. I didn't have any numbers memorized to call, didn't have any friends I could call because they couldn't find my cell phone to get numbers, and it was horrible. And we were all treated like animals instead of people. There was not even an attempt to try and rehabilitate and heal and talk about what brought us there. And it was worse for the mind than I can properly express. And so I made request after request to be moved up to a different ward, and I eventually did. And if you haven't been to a psych facility, it's built exactly like a prison or a jail, where you have a center nurses area protected by protected glass, and then you have a hallway and a day room, and the cells or rooms are on each side, male and female. And you spend all day either doing nothing, watching the one channel they have on the TV, or trying to find markers and pen to write to pass the time. I was gone 9 days in that place. The reason this video is so confusing, where I'm saying that I needed to get help for what I had done to myself, and I needed that assistance for safety. At the same time, I was put in dangerous situations in the very places where I was supposed to be kept safe. For instance, at the facility, there was one particularly large man who just is another patient, hated me. I don't know why. It was little things at first, and it wasn't just me, but you constantly would tell me, like when I was talking to someone else in the day room, to shut up. You would tell the girls to shut their traps. No one wants to hear them talk. He was threatening, he was imposing, and all the staff would do would give him a verbal reprimand and do nothing to really diffuse the situation. I had a panic attack at one point, and he was laughing, saying that no one cared if I could breathe or not, while the staff went and got my inhaler. And he would follow girls to their doors and just kind of hang out there outside their room, and the staff would do nothing. And it finally came to a head one day. We were in the day room, and I was just having a conversation with someone when I heard him call me from across the room. "Hey, Daniel." That's my impression, and I guarantee it's accurate. "Hey, Daniel." And I turned around, and he was just doing this for no reason. And I said, "Thank you so much. That is so very kind of you, and I appreciate you taking the time to think of me." And he said, "Shut the fuck up. I wasn't thinking of you. I just wanted you to shut up." And I told him, and this is childish of me, I know, but he had pushed everyone to the edge. I told him, "I'll tell you what, I'll be quiet if you take those two little fingers of yours and stick them up somewhere where the sun doesn't shine." And he got beet red in the face when everyone else started laughing. And he said, "Why don't you come say that to my face?" And there was an incident. I'm not proud of it. but I took the offer up, and there was a situation. I'm not going to go into detail, but needless to say, we were separated, and I mean, this guy was huge, and I was immature, and I shouldn't have, but I couldn't help it. He had done and said too much, creeped out the girls, and tried to impose and intimidate the guys, and I was just done. I got put in an isolation room as punishment. He got put in an isolation room as punishment. But eventually, once the staff finally got the whole story, I was released. He was then sent to C quad. I can't think of the word. Floor. It's like the highest security floor. And apparently he got worse down there and had to require police to kick him off the premises, and he's banned from ever going back. Apparently he didn't want to leave, so he was starting fights, and that includes me, and trying to do anything he could to get stuck there longer, and he finally pushed the wrong button. But my point being that these are the places we're supposed to be safe, and the staff waited until there was a physical altercation to do anything to make any of us feel safe or secure again. So when I say that asking for help was needed, but at the same time it cost me dearly, yeah, it did. And I don't know the right answer. I don't know the right answer. I can't in good conscience tell someone not to get help when they need it, because I guess you have to decide what's better, staying alive or not staying alive, even if staying alive means you're put through some traumatic situations. And that's how it is here in Texas with mental health care. It's bad, and none of us should have to be put through any of that, but we are, and that's why in the beginning of this video you see me struggling with whether or not to even ask for help. It's because of things like that. And I want to illustrate how hard it is for so many of us out there to willingly go in somewhere, because we have valid concerns and valid fears of these places. In our society, we all need to do better. We all need to do so much better, and I need to do better. I don't know what I need to do different, but every spiral that I go down during my phases, it's getting worse and worse and worse, and it's not safe for me anymore. So we're looking into a 60-day program where I'll be gone for 60 days, and we're looking at that happening very soon. And I just wanted to say that I really hope what I'm telling you doesn't scare you from getting help when you need it. I just want everyone to be aware that the quality of care is so substandard at times that it's not even laughable, it's sad and dangerous. And I care for you guys, and I want you to be able to have the comfort of knowing when you ask for help that you'll get help. That's what I want you to get. That's what I wanted to get. And I'm going to end this video with a poem I wrote while I was inside there. So you know it's gonna be a really happy one. It's called Good God. Oh, and by the way, here's Tigger. Someone sent me another stuffy, so his name's Tigger, and he's awesome. because he is super soft, he fits on your shoulder, and he doesn't take crap from anybody. So that's Tigger. But for now, Shorty will sit with me while I read one poem called Good God. So, good God, where is the relief from my heart's last beat? Someone stabbing my chest and trees burn in my eyes. I beg and cry to die. How can I tell you of my rupturing chords, from sentient shrieks to some forgotten lord? Broken, bruised, and beat, my fists bleed from defeat. How now can I live when for myself I cannot forgive? Good God, where is my peace? From my mind a quiet release. Someone's crushing my bones, and the world's fires smolder as I myself grow colder. Good God. And that's how I felt in there. And I'm gonna end this video again on a tiny little bit of harmonica playing, a really beautiful song. I'm only gonna play like the first verse, but I just want to share it with you because it's one of my favorite songs. I'm gonna see if anyone can guess what it is. And I guess that's it for now, friends. Please stay safe, take care of each other, keep being the amazing people that you are, and thank you so much for being such a big part of my life and for all the love and support. Thank you, and have a good night. Okay, bye.